Hi there, friends. Are you ready for an original mysterious comic story of Alina and Angela in the narrative format? Well, you're in the right channel. But before we start, this story is intended for a mature audience. It contains scenes of graphic violence, suicide, sexual suggestions, and reference. Viewer discretion is advised. And now we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My world was in the dark. It was definitely quiet. The last time this has happened was when Angela had her appendix taken out. When Angela was unnaturally unconscious and unable to dream or think, this is the time when the sisters are most vulnerable. If Angela dies, Alina will forever be stuck in Mind World. It will be her prison instead of their escape. Alina ran back to the castle with Waldo lighting the way. They struggled to find the Lucia mirror. Alina finally found the room and dived into the mirror directly. She was in. She saw a pair of young hands lathering soap to her body. Lucia is in the shower. Alina suggested Lucia to get out of the shower and dress up. Lucia got the idea. She had too much time in the shower, time to dry up and get dressed. And that she did. Alina had Lucia leave a text message to Kaizen. Stand by, going to need your assistance, it read. Kaizen sent a thumbs up emoji back. Next was for Lucia to send a text message to Maurice. It read, Angela not responding. Please check home. It was sent anonymously. Maurice was apprehensive of the message, but he decided to check Angela's place. Meanwhile, in an empty warehouse on Industrial Avenue, a leering man with red hair and a creepy smile. Larry, Angela's childhood bully, has gone down on the humanities scale. After leaving St. Rita, he moved to a public school where there are bigger students than him, bigger bullies. He tried to assert himself in this new school, but he is not the biggest one this time. Hell, there were girls bigger than him. The shoe is now on the other foot. Chubby Larry was being bullied every day. Smacks on the head, lunch money was taken, laughed at in the classroom and in the gym, dunks in the toilet. Called Tubby, short for tub of lard or 3 liters, for his red hair, short neck, and fat body reminded his classmates of a Coke 3-liter bottle. He grew up angry and vowed that he would get even somehow. Immersing himself in the world of video games, he found his solace and comfort. But the agony he suffered in video games, he found his inspiration. By chance, he found one of his tormentors in LA. He stalked him till he found the opportunity to stab him with a katana. It reminded him of the legend of Keiji. He took a picture before he ran. The video game killer was born. Duck Hunter was his favorite shooting game. He dressed up his next victim in a duck outfit and shot him with a shotgun and wrote Game Over on a nearby tree in blood. Maurice went to Angela's apartment. Nothing was out of place. The only thing missing was Angela. Maurice was concerned since Yamara got away. He knows this lady has a vendetta on Angela. He called the captain to report that he thinks Angela's missing. Her cell phone was at home. Captain Rubin immediately issued an APB for Angela and a bolo for Yamara. A young Japanese man sitting in his white Jaguar was observing Maurice. He texted Lucia's phone. She is not home. Alina was monitoring Lucia's phone and saw the message. Lucia texted back, We have to find her. Alina had Lucia search for Angela. She looked through messages and chats in the dark web. No word about the missing cop. Alina was frequently yelling, Angela, wake up, but to no avail. Larry was contemplating which video game to play with Angela. He thought of Legend of Elba with the swords and arrows, or Castle Von Doom with the axes and whips. Legend of Elba it is. Larry hoisted Angela by her chained wrists higher up in the air. Angela's foot was dangling over a pit. Larry positioned himself about 100 feet away. He took an arrow from his quiver and aimed it towards Angela. He let the arrow fly and it missed Angela by a mile. He tried 2 more times and he missed bad. He only had 3 arrows in his quiver. It was like he was giving himself 3 tries, then reset. He also felt it wasn't fun at all with the victim asleep. No fear. He wants to see fear. As he was reloading his arrows, Angela was starting to wake up. Dazed and confused, Angela was trying to figure out what's going on. She saw a man wearing a silly green costume of an archer, a red haired man. Ah, you're awake, Angela. Do you remember me? Asked Larry. In her dazed state, Larry, is that you? Replied Angela. Angela still not sure what's going on. She noticed that her hands was up in chains and she was hanging from a pit. What's going on, Larry? Get me down from here, commanded Angela. Angela, it's been a while since we got to play. I really miss you and Rudy. Ever since my shoulder was broken by that brown haired witch, my life has been miserable. Soon I will look for her and Rudy too. Larry was leering and close to drooling with the excitement. You don't want to meet her, that brown haired witch. She eats people like you. Now be a good boy and let me down from here, and I'll make sure you don't get to meet her. Larry excitedly asked, You know her? Tell me who she is, otherwise it's going to be a painful death as he shoots Angela with her own taser. Angela convulsed and seized in midair. The darkness has retreated and the sun was back in Mind World. Alina was ecstatic. Sister, are you okay? Let's switch. Angela mumbled, Not yet. Larry, last chance. Let me out of these chains and surrender or else. Larry replied, Or else what? As he tased Angela again. Angela warns Larry, Alina will come to see you again. How I wish, Larry yelled as he counts 50 paces, pulls an arrow from his quiver, and turns around to aim at Angela. Except there was no one hanging on the chains. He ran to the pit hoping to find Angela at the bottom of it, but all he found was an empty nightgown. As Larry was looking down at the pit, he heard a familiar voice calling him. He heard an eerie sounding mention of his name. Larry! He pulled his Super 38 and turned around and saw a naked woman with long brown wavy hair at a distance far away from him. You! He angrily shouted as he recognized the woman. He fired a shot at the woman. The woman vanished. Poof! Just like that. He heard the voice call him again. Larry! But it was closer. He saw the woman getting closer. He fires again. Poof! She vanishes again and again. Oh, Larry, this is so much fun. Remember how I broke your shoulder? This is going to be much more than that. Alina eerily warning Larry. Larry was sweating bullets. He was beginning to lose it. He was panicking at this time. You are not gonna get me, you witch. Cuz Larry as he puts the barrel of his gun into his mouth and pulls the trigger. It blew the back of his head. Once it carried the brain, but now it's gone. Alina got the nightgown from the pit and switched to Angela. Angela calls Maurice using Larry's phone. In no time at all, half of the police force was on its way to Industrial. Angela was placed on medical leave. So at home, Alina invited Angela to celebrate Thanksgiving on Mind World. They were both dressed in their finest gown and they prepared to dine on a Thanksgiving feast prepared by Henrietta and served by Waldo. Angela asked Alina, Why Waldo the Goldie? Alina replied, Why not a stud for you? Believe me, sister, I tried, but for some reason, even in my own mind world, I cannot create people. You still have to find your own man. Angela reacted. Easy for you to say, I don't get it on with every pants I see. Alina giggled. And skirts. The sisters laughed. Angela then said, I miss mom and I'm thankful for her. Alina added, I miss dad and I'm thankful for him. Angela hugged Alina. Happy Thanksgiving, sister. Gosh, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Please press the like and subscribe button so you'll get to see Angela and Alina have more adventures. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.